Hi friends. I've been MIA for a while. I've been very stressed lately. Been going through a lot. And I decided to cut the final tie in my family. And it's my mother. And I realized this weekend that I probably have complex PTSD, where you are exposed to trauma over a period of time. And I got that from growing up with my mother. So I explained some things to her about how I was affected by what she did, and also how it's shaped me into the person I am today, and it's shaped me into the mother that I am for my daughter, because I learned a lot not what to do. And I'm not perfect, but the areas that I was very, very aware that I was lacking in as a child, I make a point to do things differently in those areas for my daughter. So I sent her these text messages, and then I opened up TikTok, and the very first video was a therapist talking about women that have process or substance addictions. And then she used the example of an addiction to love and romance, and like being in toxic relationships with men. And she said that every time these women would withdraw from those addictions and to get out of the relationships and stay out of the relationships, they would always say to her, "I need my mother." And even though a lot of these people didn't have mothers that they could reach out to for whatever reason, either they were not a safe person emotionally, or they had their own issues or addictions, or they weren't even like physically alive, she was saying that they need the safety of mothering, not necessarily their particular mother. And I guess she was saying mothering is a process that happens when you're growing up. It doesn't really matter necessarily who provides that for you, if it is provided. And now, as an adult, it doesn't mean that you have to fix the relationship with your mother, but you need to maybe heal your mothering wound. But one of the things that she said at the very end of the video is that what you didn't get from your mother, what you did to get love from your mother, became who you are as an adult. And I really resonated with that statement, because I told my mom the instability as a child caused me to manage her emotions so that she would stay calm and she would stay happy. And now, as an adult, I really am looking at everything in my life. It's shaped by the way I was taught to exist in a world that felt unsafe as a child. The need for perfection with everything, being hard on myself when I make a mistake or when I don't have an answer to something. I learned as a child that I had to be perfect in order to be safe and in order to be loved. And now I have control issues because I want everything to be perfect all the time for everybody, no matter at what cost it is to me. So that really was coming up to my awareness this last week or two, because you can't be perfect all the time at everything without it taking a toll on you. And it was taking a toll on me. And I needed to realize that I do have still trauma from what I went through as a kid. even though it wasn't that bad, compared to other people's horror stories. It wasn't that bad. But that's not the way that trauma works. You can't just say it wasn't that bad, it shouldn't affect you. To a kid, that's their entire world, that's all they know, and how they learn to cope with it and the things that they go through is traumatic for them, and it is going to affect them, even if it's not as horrific as some stories that you hear for some people's childhood. It still all has an effect in making you who you are as an adult. And I don't like a lot of the things that I had to learn as a child that I'm still doing today. I don't like that I have to feel like I have to be perfect. I don't like feeling like I need to be a people pleaser. And I've let go of a lot of that, but I haven't let go of all of it yet. And I'm on my way there now, I think. But I didn't even realize that this was affecting me so deeply until like this weekend. And I made a video recently where I was saying, like, whenever you heal one thing, your soul presents to you the next thing to work on. And obviously, this was my soul presenting the next thing for me to work on. And I will say something kind of strange happened. As I was sending her the final text message, I got a message from somebody else about something that I had been trying to make happen for months now that I have had no movement on whatsoever. And as I'm sending her this text and releasing that relationship and telling her all the things that I've never told her before, as I was letting that go, something completely unrelated, I just immediately saw progress there where there was none before. So everything is connected. Everything in your life is connected. That's why I always say heal your shit so that you can make your life better in all areas. Everything is connected. And if you have trauma that you have not processed, you are you're letting it affect your life, even though you don't even realize it, because it's on a subconscious level, it's on an energetic level. And that was really highlighted when I sent that text and I got that unrelated message. So it's a lot to think about today. I guess I'm making up for lost times. I gave you a really long video because I haven't posted one in a while. Hopefully you stuck around. Hopefully this helps. I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a good day.